Hey, I'm back for a little camper shell update. As you can see, I got the camper shell lifted up real high above my truck. A little scary. Hopefully these ropes hold it up. I've been busy lately. Obviously the coronavirus, as they kind of put a damper in everyone's schedule. But I've been working on some house projects. I'll throw in some pictures in here, some different stuff I've been working on. But I haven't really been working on the camper. But in this video, like I said, I wanted the camper up out of the way so I could park my truck in here, right? Also, I wanted to get the aluminum panels on the inside of my camper back on. That way I can score the edges. That way I can cut off the overlap. And then once I get a TIG welder, I'm going to TIG weld the panels into one big sheet for each side. That way I can paint a mural on it and it's not going to get all scratched up whenever I have to take the panels on and off. So. Also, at the end of this, on Instagram, they did like a slam challenge. So I put in a couple video clips of in here of me when I used to ride a little harder, of some crashes. I was really good at crashing, but not very good at landing stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Hopefully I'll have some more camper stuff soon. I'm thinking about working on the lights on the back of the camper pretty soon. So have a good day, stay safe, wash your hands. Talk to you guys later. I'm gonna pick my camper shell up and try to get it really high up on the ceiling. That way I can park my truck in here the rest of the way. But alright, well, as you can see, I got the camper shell up high enough for now. Basically, I have it hang on to these latches. Aren't the strongest, but it holds it. I need to tie some more knots in my ropes. It's really hard to hold on to them. As you can see in the video, I'm struggling hard. The front is the hardest one. I don't know if it's because of the pulley. I kind of have these little small pulleys. Or the fact that it's got all the weight on it. The front seems to be quite a bit heavier. Not totally sure. I mean, there's glass up there, but the back does have a bunch of glass too. So I am pulling two different pulleys in the back, so it's a little different. But it's up high enough. That way I can stand in here. I'm going to attach my paneling that I took off. I know it's a little bright, so it kind of blows out the exposure on the camera, but I'm going to attach my paneling. I'll show you guys that in a second. That way I can score the overlap edge and cut that off because hopefully soon I'm going to get a TIG welder so I can weld all this aluminum. I'd like these panels to just go on in one piece. So that's what I'm working on. So as you can see, I got the camper shell off. Mainly I was doing some yard work in the backyard. I've been doing a lot of house projects lately instead of the camper shell or anything fun. So just trying to get this thing elevated so I can work on it. It's up high. Go ahead and put these panels on here in a second. Trying to get some lighting in here for you guys though, so it's not so dark. All right, I'm gonna show you guys something with these panels. So these window knobs have little screws that hold them on. Basically, every time I take my panels on and off, I have to take those handles off because I have to slide the panel back behind here. And obviously I can't clear that. So every time I have to take those off. So sorry, I'm gonna be switching cameras back and forth. I have to go charge my GoPro, but my GoPro films a wide angle so I can actually film in here a little better. But basically, I'm gonna get these panels on. I'm gonna do one side, and then once the GoPro charges, I'll film putting them on. Alright, so these panels are all on. I scored all these edges. That way I can cut off all the overlap and butt weld these up. Basically I want these panels to go on in one big long piece. I'm way too broke to buy a big old piece of aluminum like that. Plus bead roll, and that would be, I think, impossible because you can't pivot like that. But I also marked all these holes where these Allen head bolts run up into. I'm going to recess this all back, kind of hammer and dolly a little divot in there so that I can get to these Allen head bolts. That way I can insulate these walls and then put this paneling on, and then don't have to take it off very often, hopefully ever. But that's kind of what I'm working on. I do not plan on cutting this right now. I really just wanted to get my camper shell up high today. I could cut all of it, but I don't have a TIG welder ready, so I'm not going to. But basically, I really this edge really bothers me. I curled that in a slip roll, and it doesn't match up perfect. So once I TIG weld that up, I'll be way happier with all that. But I like to get some insulation back there, and then eventually get a mural painted on here. I have a guy I wanted to paint it, but somewhat I'm like, maybe I should just paint it, you know, whatever. I'm not amazing, but it'd be interesting, you know. But that's what I was working on today. I know I had this ugly patch in here. I had a blown out spot, and today I noticed that this board had broke, and I'm having a little bit of ripping on this polyurethane, which is awesome because this sheet is expensive. I want to say each one was 50 bucks or 100 bucks or something like that. I think 100 bucks. I'm going to try to seal that and not replace the whole thing. I don't know. It drives me crazy, but it is what it is. Alright, well, I got the camper shell up. It's tied to this railing. Hopefully this railing doesn't explode, because I'll be scrapping this camper shell if I have to rebuild it again. But this front one, I'll be getting a new pulley eventually, because that front one is so unbelievably hard to pull. I did clamp some vice grips on the rope, so I had something to hold on to, because I can't put knots up that high. But that's what the camper shell looks like up high. Hopefully it doesn't crash down and smash my truck. But that's all I got for right now.